going to show you something. See, because, like I say, until you see this and understand this, but you would think maybe Jesus is the Son of God. But I'm telling you, everything Jesus says and does, it comes against the Most High. Now let's go back. Now, like I said, let's go back. Let's look at Exodus. Come on, let's go to Exodus. My sister and brother, let's go to Exodus. Now watch this right here, my sisters and brothers. Watch it right here. Exodus, the 4th chapter. Let's look at verses 10 and 11. All right. Look what he says. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. And the Lord said unto him, Who maketh or who hath made man's mouth? That's my question. I mean, see, if y'all don't go back, you never know it. But when you read that bullshit over there, because that's all it takes you to read is the New Testament, then you take that for God, and that could be from the truth. Now look what he says here. He says, Or who maketh the dumb or the deaf? Or who seeth or the blind? Have not I the Lord? God said, if a motherfucker is blind, I made him blind. If he's deaf, I made him deaf. If he can't speak, I made him where he can't speak. Why can't y'all understand that? I'm talking to you damn Christians. I know Israel know, but I'm trying to get y'all Christians to see that y'all follow nothing but bullshit. Now this is the Most High speaking to Moses way back before Jesus was ever even thought about it. And I'm going to show y'all tonight too that in Genesis where it says in the beginning was God, and God said this and that, Jesus was not there. When he said let us make man, Jesus was not there. And I'm going to prove it to you. Now look what he says here. This here, you can't argue with this. Now Jesus said he cast out a dumb spirit. That make him stronger than God. Because God here, he explicitly said this. You can't get this wrong. This can't be mistaken no kind of way. Look what he says here in verse 11 says, And the Lord said unto him, Who has made man's mouth? I made it. Or who maketh the dumb, comma, or the deaf, comma, or the seeing, comma, or the blind, comma. Now listen what he says. Get it right, don't get it twisted. Look what he said. He said, Have not I the Lord? Simple. Jesus ain't shit. The New Testament ain't shit. And another thing, ain't none of these fucking disciples, ain't none of that bullshit, nothing but bullshit. And you damn Christians, y'all need to leave our page. Because if you're not here to learn something, you might well leave. Because I'm going to hurt your feelings about that faggot motherfucker every chance I get. I'm going to show you where he ain't shit. And y'all running around here believe it and lift him up. Yeah, lift him up. I wish I was back in those days. I would have cut his ass down. I am here to bring that son of a bitch down. Because he comes against my Holy Father. That's right. And another thing too, I seen on the news the other day about this child that was going blind. And they paid for the child to be flown to Rome over there to see the priest before the child goes blind. Now, if this priest was the most holy, as y'all claim him to be, I'm talking to you stupid motherfuckers that believe in Jesus and this so-called Pope over there. If this Pope was the most holy one, as they call him, why couldn't he help the child? That's my question. I mean, y'all put all these names on these motherfuckers, and about they this, that they holy, and then they can't perform none of the acts. Neither any of the Christians, they can't perform any of the acts that Jesus did, so-called did, in the olden days. None of y'all. All you do is walk around and talk about what he did, but he make all these damn promises to y'all, and then y'all can't do nothing. Oh, he's good. How can you say he's good? And here you are, you getting your ass up every morning, going in, hitting the fucking clock like everybody else. Oh, I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yeah, you sure is. Yeah, you blessed, all right. You blessed. How stupid. Now let's go a little further here. Let's go back and look at Luke 13. Luke chapter 13, let's go there. I tell you, I hate to even fool with this bullshit over here, but I have to, because I have to expose him. I have to expose this so-called New Testament because it's nothing but a crock of shit. Let's look at Luke 13. Let's start with verse 10. It says, and he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity, 18 years, and was bowed together, and could in no wise lift up herself. And when Jesus saw her, he called her to him, and said unto her, Woman, thou art loose from thy infirmities. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God. Now, my question to this right here is this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and read this again. He said, and he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God. Now, he's saying here that he healed somebody, didn't he? In these writings, that's what it's saying. He healed somebody. But my sister and brother, I'm here to tell you that couldn't be further from the truth. And I mean that with all sincerity. And I'm going to prove it. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Let's go there. The book of Deuteronomy. Let's go there and see what happens. Deuteronomy, let's go to he said that he healed somebody. He healed this infirmity that was put on this woman. That's what he did. In other words, whoever or whatever put this infirmity on this woman for 18 years, Jesus turned right around and took it off. That's what the writing says. Now, okay, now I'm going to show you something. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's look at verse 60, okay? We're going to read verse 60 and 61. Now, look what it says. Well, it says, moreover, he will bring upon all these diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Now, my question is right here. Now, you see who putting diseases on people. Plagues, sickness, infirmities. The Most High did that. So in other words, the Most High put it on this woman. If she had it, then Jesus come along and he take it off. Now, can you see how that is conflict there? He's not God. Because see, God is not going to put a sickness on you and then say that the devil did it. Or Satan did it. But see, Jesus here, he claims all of these sickness and diseases coming from the devils. Devils are doing this. But I'm telling you, my sisters and brothers, it's the Most High. God will put something on your ass that you will never be able to recover from. And this is not my first time saying that. I've said this on many occasions. And individuals, they seem like they're not getting it. But see, but God never changes. God never changes. He said, I change not. And he says, what I said, I'm going to bring to pass. These are not suggestions that he said that he said that I will do it. Now, let's go a little further here. Let's look at Mark. Let's go to the book of Mark. In their book, the book of Mark. What we got here? Mark the 5th chapter. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Show you that this ain't but a bunch of bullshit. Mark the 5th chapter. Let's look at verse 3 here. It says, who had his dwellings among the tombs. Talking about the man who lived in the tomb. No man could bind him, no, not with chain. I'm going to go on past that bullshit because I already read it before. Y'all know what happened here. But let's show you something. Let's go to Daniel. See, because you need to know this. Let's go to Daniel. Watch it right, my sisters and brothers. Daniel, the 4th chapter. Some of y'all know where I'm going. Oh, yeah. Some of y'all know where I'm going. Y'all been with us for some time. Y'all know where I'm going. Daniel, the 4th chapter. Let's look at verse 24 and 25. Look what it says here. It says, this is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my lord the king, that thou shalt drive thee from man, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as ox, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over thee, 7 years, till thou knowest that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. End of story. So if the man was in the tomb, pulling his clothes off, cutting himself, running around, and couldn't nobody bind him, chain whatever, guess who ran him out of his damn mind? The Most High did it. You got it right. You got it right. The Most High did it. And see, people need to understand that. See, they fuck around with God and play games, and then see the most. Listen, just because you don't know and you don't believe that the Most High is doing that, God will kill your ass and think nothing of it. I mean, He has proved it so many times in the past, and He's still proved it now. You know, different ones trying to do all kind of crazy ass shit, you know, trying to stop God's word. God will kill you. The Most High will kill you and think nothing of it, because I'm telling you, you don't play with Him. If you don't respect Him, He will kill your ass. Straight up. Now, I'm not talking nice and I'm not holding my hands a certain way. Fuck that bullshit. I'm coming to you straight. I'm for real. I'm not playing. This is not a PlayStation 2 here. Okay? This is not a game. Everything we say here, a lot of me know, no more doubt off, we are for real. Now let's go forward. We see here that God ruleth in the kingdom of men. Now let's look at something else. Let's go to Matthew the 7th chapter. Watch this right here. Matthew the 7th chapter. Watch this. Matthew 17. That's what I want. Matthew 17. Matthew 17. Let's look at verse 14 through 18. Look what it says here. It says, and when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on me, my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed, for often he falleth into the fire and into the water. And I brought him unto thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Now look what Jesus said. And Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. Bullshit. Bullshit. I just read to you that God is the only one that can run a man out of his mind. Not no damn devil. So in other words, Jesus is calling the Most High devil. He is. But I'm going to show you later on down in the teaching, I'm going to show you the Most High in action with these spirits. Now watch it right, my sisters and brother. Let's go to Judges. Let's go over to Judges. I always say, if you want to know the truth, you got to go back. If you don't go back, you're going to be misled. Judges, the 9th chapter. If my brothers and sisters, if you don't go back, you will be misled. Because as I said, and I said over and over every week, the New Testament is nothing but